This week's episode of the Deck Chair Gnomes podcast is brought to you by We Have Shit to Sell. So, the live podcast is going to be at Mandela Hall on the 17th of August. Tickets are on sale fucking now. Depending on when you're listening to this, but they definitely are on sale if you're on Patreon now. If you're listening to this now and they're not on sale, jump on the Patreon. You'll get some tickets. My tour starts at the 6th of September in the Waterfront Hall, and then I'm going to be everywhere. So, I'm going to be in Derry, I'm going to be in Cookstown, we're going to be in London, we're going to be in Edinburgh, we're going to be in Glasgow, we're going to be in Liverpool, we're going to be fucking all over the place.
Dailies. Dailies.
Dailies as well, banger. I know some of them.
Some of them. Okay.
Anyway, do you want to hear a joke?
Go.
What I have in common with the Northern Bank. We're both fucking robbed. Nev, play the intro. Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You're all very welcome back to another episode of the Deck Chair and Yums podcast with me, Mickey Bartlett, aka Undefeated Deck Chair. Still undefeated. Doesn't matter what anybody says. Undefeated still doesn't matter. And Connor Keys is there as well.
I'm here as well. Undefeated too, of course.
Undefeated. I was two undefeated boxers.
Undefeated champions.
Two undefeated for oos.
Have you recovered?
There was much recovery in it. Like.
No, hang on now.
I
know.
had to ice my knuckles.
Don't be acting all hard there now.
Full disclosure, I have not stopped drinking. Right? There's something now. I didn't really stop drinking for the 6 months leading up to the boxing, but there's something about guilt-free pints.
Yeah, when the camp's over and the trip
I've
is
been
over.
on my holidays, something shocking. I drank a full bottle of Jack Daniels Saturday night. Only started drinking at 11 o'clock. I'm back to my old self. I'm
He's
up
back.
shirt sizes.
He's back.
This belt is cutting the gun to me, and I've never been happier. Fuck me, I love drinking all day Thursday. Like steaming Wednesday night.
Hold on a second. So the fight was Wednesday, which is almost a week ago, and you've been drinking since then. And you're
Well, not drinking since then. I drank
you've
Wednesday,
couple nights.
Thursday.
But that was when
Saturday.
your beloved was here. She's gone now. Oh.
Somebody stop me.
Oh.
It's I had a whole plan last night, right? So I dropped Taylor back to the airport yesterday. Had a wee cheerio pet. See you 4 months, right?
Did you cry?
I nearly did on the way out of the airport. Full disclosure, nearly fucking like
On the way out?
so I dropped her off, right?
Yeah,
And
but
then
did you cry when you said goodbye to her?
no, we're dead on saying goodbye. The thing is, because me and her is very similar in the sense of if I have to get on on a plane or in an airport, you could be sending me this is the last time you're going to see your fucking family ever, and I'd be all right, but I need to.
I know what you mean. Your mind's occupied, like yeah.
So even at the security thing, it was like right, see, right, okay, right, bye, right, and then we both took a wee look back, and I saw her wee head go through the gate, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, and. In the couple of days leading up to it, because we were both, I think, both being like, oh, there's a flight to get. And I was like, my wee flat's too small for two people. So part of me was like, I can't wait till she gets out of here and I can just clean this place. I can just fucking put everything where, and it's just going to be me. It's just my mess. And then I go back to the house and it was stinking. And I was like, she'd left all the wee dirty Taylor Swift hoodie. It was all, oh, for fuck's sake. Where's my belt?
Youth, young love.
Pulled a wire myself. And then, no,
And
but
this here was a Taylor Swift hoodie.
that was my belt. That's why I said, where's my belt?
Oh, that was a Taylor Swift hoodie. You had time
What's
on
a belt
yourself.
now? But I had a whole plan for I was going to get the beanbag out, and then also sit in the beanbag. And I was like, I'm just going to get wired into carry out,
Right.
and like watch fucking The Boys or something. And instead, I found that vape that somebody lent me. And I had 12 chicken goujons, 2 brioche wraps, 4 rounds of bread, a packet of salami, no chorizo, packet of ham, 2 chicken breasts, 2 mochi balls, 3 cans of Coke in the remnants of a 2-litre bottle of Coke, carton apple juice, and a wee glass of pineapple juice before I went to bed.
Was this just a
Do you know what I had for breakfast this morning, by the way? Diarrhea. That's what I had this morning.
Was this a fear that maybe everything was going to go out of date? Or
Oh,
no,
no,
you're
just wild hungry, like, because I didn't think it was working.
Oh,
So
the
I gave it
worst.
like,
Oh, yeah.
and then it was like, either it's running out or I've got a tolerance built up because all it's doing now is making me hungry. And a quarter nap as well, actually.
Nah.
I did have a good nap, and sorry to lower the tone very early. I'm belter of a wank.
Oh, they see it's working. It's definitely working now.
Oh,
Oh, they make them good. Like, aye.
but you know that you go like Joe Anchorman 2 was like, now I know what the poor villagers of Pompeii felt like. You thought I won a Grand Prix?
Welcome to my world.
Swear to God. Does weed keep your... Sorry, everybody, for doing this so early. Does weed keep your loads... Is there any science behind that?
It doesn't keep it. Do you know the old thing about if you want to last longer, you try and do your multiplication tables in your head to try and distract you?
No.
Yeah.
And anyone who's ever had sex with me will know I don't know about that.
Have you ever heard about it? No.
No, I have.
Yeah. That's trying to distract yourself. So if you're stoned, you're constantly distracted, so you can last that bit longer because you're constantly.
Oh, it's not that it lasted longer. It was just the amount of ejaculate.
Oh, the actual. Oh,
I'm
no.
talking about the actual
Oh no, it doesn't.
viscosity.
Oh no, it doesn't do anything to the viscosity of it.
Well,
No.
something's wrong with me then.
You've,
Because
But was that not a build-up? No.
no, do you know what it looked like? Do you know in Alien when your man goes to hit her with a magazine
pops her
and
in the stomach.
your guy hits him with his fire extinguisher and he's like, and the milk's flying out? That's what it was like.
I'm never going to be able to look
Swear
at
to
that
God.
scene ever again the
Plugged my
same way.
dick back into a computer. My dick was like, hello, Ripley.
So that is the first time I've ever heard of anybody blaming weed for the amount.
Just the sheer amount of it. Like,
Could it not have been because you're now like a fitness guru and you'd built up a lot of, testosterone, a lot of adrenaline? Is that something to do with it? Because you
think so.
you had a no sex rule, didn't you, before the fight?
no, that was just because Taylor hates me.
That's the main. It wasn't your rule, but you
No,
had
yeah,
it.
yeah. One fucking made it. That was the last thing Stevie Hawkins said to me the night before the fight. We trained Tuesday morning, and he went, just remember that women weak in knees. And I was like, is that true? And he was like, I don't know.
No, that's not TV. For singers, they do.
I was, I'll take your top off. But I was sending it to my own reflection because of the size of my daddies.
There you are. Now, do you know what I'll do? I'll
Have one tonight.
I'll try and figure that out for you.
Aye. I have another one tonight because I had another one before I went to bed.
Right.
So I'll do it again tonight and see what happens.
Right. Like, on average, what would you be? Would it be an everyday thing? Like, no partner there, and you're on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day.
Every day. Sometimes, because there's times I will go for a poo at points during the day where I'm like, I don't even really need to. I'm just bored, right? So if you think that I'm not wanking 3 times a day, minimum, it's good for your prostate.
Allegedly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's medically, that's scientifically backed up. There's research that ejaculating up to 4 times a week or something is very good for your prostate. So I'm going to live forever.
My prostate's fucked then.
No. The Kurgan came to my house trying to kill me. Couldn't get near me.
I don't know. I'd never been one of those type of people. Like every
But
day.
you've 2 kids. Do you know what I mean? I have,
They don't do it either.
no, but
I mean,
I have loads of free
lying,
time. Don't do it. That's not it.
But yeah, I suppose free time maybe. I don't know. See, the problem
There's
is
times I've been standing, Connor, standing up, looking at my TV, and I haven't sat in the couch yet, and I've gone, have a wank. It's not sexually charged or anything. Sometimes it's just like,
something to do,
yep.
right?
Do you know what I mean? There's dishes,
because-
dishes piled up there. Nah, fuck it.
Because I haven't been single since I was 17, I don't really know what it's like to be alone in that sense. So maybe
Aye.
I would be a 3 a day.
You would be.
Probably would be. Let's be honest. Who'd be coming at this fucking thing?
Do you want to see me when I'm on the road in a hotel? Nothing else to do. I would gig at 8 o'clock and nothing to do but lie in bed all day. Stops coming out. You get the point where you're coming like that.
I remember a mate of mine when we were way younger than we should have been, but about 16 or 17, and coming up going, all the lads fucking slagging, always slagging like fuck for every night. There was always a bit of grieving, and all of a sudden, just things went quiet, and we went, boys, I think I have a problem. What? I think it's malfunctioning. That was the word he used. We're like,
Malfunction.
what's malfunction? He went, right there. Anyway, he goes, I fucking came last night, no one came out. I was like, that's fucking strange. I was like, how? Like, was that your first one? He goes, no. I was like, how many? He goes, oh,
It's about the 8th one when it really kicks in at that
Exactly
age.
what he said. He went, was it right about number 8?
Aye.
What, on the day? And he went, oh no, 2 hours. That'll fucking do it.
I used to have a bit of stand up with that.
give it a chance to fucking grow back.
I've had a bit of stand up about it years ago where you get to the 5th one. The 5th one's the first time your dick doesn't get hard straight away, so you have to really fucking shake it out. So you start off with like a fucking, do you know what I mean? The line I used to use was like trying to put a dead
Stevie
body in the boot of a
Wonder
car. No, it's like trying to fuck it. It's like with the Sopranos, they're trying to get rid of the stiff, but because it's not a stiff. And then 6 and 7, you're back to normal, and the 8th one, there's like a wee clear trickle comes in, just runs down the side of your cock, and you go, oh no, that's me out of spunk.
Oh, it's you that does another line. But did you do? You used to do a bit about it, but the first time, and then you go into school the next day.
Yeah.
You thought it was broke, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's right.
Because the first time you come, well, I don't know if it happened to everybody else, but the first time I thought I was going to piss, so I stopped,
Right.
and I was like, what was that? And then went into school the next day, and I could see one of the lads being all, I know what you've been up to. Just plant the feet, lad. Plant the feet, keep swinging. He was right. And then he says, you've no homework tonight, by the way. Because I knew you were going through an awful lot.
Off tissues.
Yeah. I said, thank you. He said, merci. And I was all, pardon moi. The French teacher. It's not true.
All right.
The maths teacher. He was a good French guesser. What am I doing?
don't
That's
know.
a good coffee.
That is a good coffee.
That's strong as fuck.
Shout out to the new coffee shop in Fenton.
Mackey's.
Yeah, I don't know why we're giving them free advertising, but sure, fuck it. Fair play to them.
Lovely coffee. Great
Lovely
stuff.
coffee. So yes, anyway, so we got to the Ulster Hall.
Yes.
We got
Aye,
there eventually.
Remember that? I'm
Remember
from CTE.
Yeah. So,
All over. All done.
All
It's like
done,
Christmas
dusted.
dinner. Once
swear to
it's
God,
done,
it's
it's
just
all done.
fun. What was all the hype for?
I know. Never again.
Probably not. But well, first and foremost, I mean, it looks like it's going to be raising a lot more money than last year.
Yeah.
And it's for the Children's Cancer Unit, so
Great cause. Like,
always a great thing to raise money for. But so let's get to the day. So how were you on the morning of it?
woke up with a cold.
Yeah, you come in kind of. You texted me and went, "I woke up dosed," and I was like, "Oh no, you're not." And part of me was like, "Oh, here we go. He's planting excuses."
I know.
That's a.
That was the thing. Was like
That's an old trick. That one.
it was. So the night before, I'd been out from around mum and dad's house, and I was playing with my niece and nephew in the back garden. Right. We came home, and I was like, yeah. I'm going. What am I getting hay fever or something? Just from rolling about in the garden all day. And then I woke up the next day. Taylor had a fan blowing in the middle of the night. Can't remember her name, but and I was like, I wonder if I fucking land with my mouth open on the air, just blowing into my face like a wind tunnel or something. So I thought, right, it's hay fever. Took a Piriton in the morning. Fucking fell back asleep. Then I was like, still feeling a bit shit. Went and got a cough bottle. Now, I don't know if it was a drowsy cough bottle, but the whole day was just really like, do you know you can just feel something working on you?
Yeah, you know what's coming. Like,
Aye.
but I did say to you, I would have members of my family who would have the same thing, that when an event is coming or something they're excited about, they will. It's almost like their immune system is went away for on holiday or something, because they'll get cold sores or they'll get a cold or they'll get some sort of sniffles or something will happen on the day of what they're excited for, weddings or whatever.
Aye.
But yeah, and I said to you that day, that's because you're fucking so excited about
Yeah.
it.
But it was strange because then the rest of the day was kind of just like, because it is a long day for us. Do you know, like we're in the hall from like fucking 3:00. And I wasn't fighting till nearly 9:30.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been nearly 9:30 if Diona hadn't battered Brona Diamond. But so it was real hard to get in the zone for this time around. Like, whereas last time I think it felt like it went faster.
Yeah, and I think there's something about that, the hanging about, that I think we were earlier in the hall this year than last year. And it just, nobody knew what they were doing last year.
Aye.
So everybody was kind of, even myself or whoever was involved, everybody involved, even the fighters, were all like, what are we doing? But this year, because they knew what was going on, it was almost completely free time.
Yeah.
There was no trying to figure out something, where are we coming in, where are we walking on, where we, it was all done.
Aye, the
from
briefing
last year.
was like up there, down there, gotcha.
That's it, done,
Like,
yeah.
even the safety briefing.
Even though Mickey didn't follow the briefing.
Did it follow the briefing?
No, you didn't.
Why wouldn't I do?
I told you to come to the fucking centre where the mark is, and you just went quarter of the way out and just sort of walked off.
I didn't. I went like that.
You
There was a photo of it. My arms look fucking class.
do actually
Right,
look
thank
tiny.
you.
I was all like, that's my boy.
Was it supposed to go to the middle of the ring?
No, to the middle of
the thing?
the thing, yeah. And I think it's just the music got you and all that sort of crack was thing. But that was so that's all that had to be done. So last year there was all this sort of learning. This year as well there was a load of raps, freestyle.
Aye.
And they had taken up a lot of time, and then it also meant people were occupied because they couldn't do anything.
Aye.
So whereas previous they could have went for a walk, they had to stay about and hang about for those fucking raps to be done.
Yeah. I think there's maybe now the raps were class. But there was definitely a bit of me that was going, I should be getting more psyched for this instead of just sitting chatting.
Too laid back, maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Because it was a weird thing. Like when the fight started, I was in and again, there's a couple of weeks, I've been going through it in my head all weekend. So last year,
Explains that bottle of Jack Daniels on Saturday.
tell you what, because me and Paddy been texting flat out, right? Paddy texted me Thursday morning going, here, don't watch them fights back. He goes, we don't look as cool as we thought we did. And I texted him on Saturday going, watch it with a couple of cans and I think we'll look class. It's funny too at the end of it, I put a photo up of me and Paddy and the ref and it looks like fucking 3 triplets. just 3 wee fat lumps. But, because last year we came down from the back, right? And then you were just down the steps into the ring.
Yeah.
Last year, I didn't have my gum shield or my head guard on, so I was getting that all set up when Willie was dancing about the ring, right? Whereas this time around, I came out fucking ready to box. And then Willie's dancing about, and I'm like, this class. At one point, I was waving at people and all. And my brain went, you're fighting somebody in 3 seconds. And I was like, oh, fuck.
No, that's not when it came in. I think it came in around about 57 seconds in the first
57
round.
seconds in the first round.
Yeah.
Whenever.
So then your brain went, Mickey, you're supposed to be fighting.
But do you know what's fucking weird, right? Is the guy that was training me in Australia said that to me. He goes, you need a warm-up round.
Yeah.
He goes, for some reason, you don't fucking kick in straight away.
Fuck, I could have got in the ring and hit you myself.
But wait, it was the same.
Annoying.
It was the same. And we're going to watch the fight for Patreon. We'll do it fucking punch by punch. But it was the same last year. Like last year, whenever I thought the helmet had slipped. And then when you watch
But
it
the
back,
last year you weren't walking and you weren't, let's be honest, what we said before, you weren't up against anything last year. So it wasn't noticeable.
aye.
This year, like in the first round, I don't know.
Paddy McDonald is fucking fast.
No matter, I don't know how many things but you actually walked into the punch. And I'm like,
Aye.
what the fuck are you doing?
The one where I have watched it back loads now, right? And there's a point right at the start of the first round where Paddy's like swinging like a fucking wild man, and I miss one of them. Like I fucking step back and I go, like, fuck that. I was close. And
Did you see the one where you go, that was good?
Right, because that
After
one,
your fucking trainer told me, stop telling me it's a good fucking a good punch.
I was trying to fucking psych him out because what happened was, right, Paddy's fucking wailing on me and he wasn't hitting me. And I went for I tried to jump out of it and hit him with a hook. But as I jumped, he fucking punched me, right? So my brain went, in a nanosecond, my brain went, you're in the air right now. Right? Where's Taylor sitting? Right, where's Paddy? Get your fucking foot in the ground, you cunt. What are you doing? Right? And then
Just how it happened so quick. Yeah.
and then there's a bit, and it's my favorite bit of the whole fight, where Jamie Conlon's going like, and Mickey's losing. Oh, right? And I slip a right hand and then hit Paddy with a left hook.
Aye, that was.
And I'm telling you right now, my eyes were closed for it. Right?
What's not with it?
I fucking. I'm like, please. And I opened my eyes and Paddy was like that. I was like, we're in, right? Let's go. Let's fucking go. But it was fucking
Well,
great.
let's start at the start. So I mean, you had the whole thing kicked off with Ryan McMullen, who we sort of didn't find out about until the night before, and even on the day we didn't know if he was coming out because he was heading to Glastonbury. So he was getting the boat, whatever. So fair play to him, he came in and did the job. And then so we started with Andrew Ryan and Conor Brennan, who Brennan was fucking tidy.
Brennan's
Brennan was
tidy.
alright, he knows where he's at, but fair play to Andrew too. He gave it his full fucking whack. Like
There was a point because Ryan McMullen was class, but it isn't necessarily what you want before a night of boxing. Like there was last year with Kieran was
you
doing
think
Eye
of
of the Tiger,
Eye of the Tiger
it's
and-
like let's fucking go.
as in thrash metal version of Eye of the Tiger last year. It's a big difference to Belfast.
Yeah.
But again, I suppose
I
it's
mean,
the kudos of it and all that.
And
crap,
it
but-
was great, and it did feel like which is what the event was like. Here, we've all come together and trained for this.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe thing, even though it's fucking boxing. And then you could sort of feel the atmosphere was very different. It felt like
Do you know what I said? Because I obviously I was in the room or in the venue. Obviously, we're up in the green rooms and watching in and out and all that. But I was there from first minute to the last minute and never left the place. And instantly, I was like, "Oh, this is a different crowd
Aye.
because it's not a Saturday night."
Yeah.
So
Also that
they
as well. That's a
they
good point.
they needed almost coaxed into it, you know. And I agree with you in a way that maybe Ryan wasn't the right song to get them, you know, going, but it was a great start. But
Yeah.
even like there was a time in the middle of Andrew and Connor's fight where you wouldn't probably hear it on the stream because of the commentating over the top of it, but it was like a pin.
Aye, there was
You could hear a
so
pin drop, like,
we
it
were
was
sitting
so
we
quiet.
were sitting on the sort of choir bit of the stage,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "This is fucking." And again, as a comedian, you start being like, "Shit."
That's what we were thinking.
Like,
Aye, that's what exactly
what
my
a
head.
character, cunts.
But that's what it is. Wednesday night, like you're not.
But
gonna-
Andrew threw in a couple of like fucking joke, like he was giving the ref
Aye,
the
that's
fingers
it,
and
it
like that, and then
helped,
it immediately just like
it softened the whole thing.
yeah,
It made it a lot better.
started
like,
from that.
So yeah, so Conor Brennan won that easily, like in fairness.
Aye.
But Andrew
Andrew
Fitzpatrick, he gave it a good go.
Give it a good go, and to be fair, like the couple of things I'd seen with Andrew training, I was like, Brennan's gonna roll over him,
Yeah,
like, and I mean, they'd agreed not to go too hard and fucking hurt each other or anything. But even saying that, Andrew was quick as fuck compared to when he wasn't training. Like,
absolutely. So who was next after that then? So we might not get them in right order, but
was it Jasmine and Claire after that?
no, it was either was it Matthews and I know they were all the first half anyway, wasn't it?
Johnny and
Johnny and Aim Thompson.
right. So I didn't see that one at all.
So that was that was Windmill City. That there was fucking punches going all over. I don't know who it was when I watched it, but somebody kept trying to do the backhand punch. I don't know who it was. It might have been Ian.
I think Shane threw a few of them in.
Shane
Drew
might have
that,
done as well.
'cause
But
that was like a fucking
sort of
cartoon.
crack.
It just
You're like, oh, what's that shit? But Thompson busted Johnny, literally busted his nose, and so I had my cue cards. And Johnny stands chatting to me, and I looked down, there's fucking blood all over the cue
Seriously,
cards.
aye?
It dripped down my nose, and then it dripped down on the floor just in front of me. And so that was my cue all night, because it happened so early on in the evening. I was like, well, get the Johnny's blood, I know where I'm standing. Because it was right there in the center. This is me drops all over the place. It was Johnny's blood. The whole night it was there, the whole evening.
It's fucking. It must have been a good, because when I've had my nose bust during it, it just gets stuck in my beard.
Right.
That must have been a proper fucking.
It was a proper gusher, like, yeah.
Aye.
And so, yeah, I think Ian won that one.
Yep. And you had Jasmine and Claire.
Jasmine and Claire, which was a draw,
Yeah.
I do believe, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think
Again, there
probably Jasmine lost points for trying to kick Claire.
Jasmine, yeah, wasn't the only one who tried to kick.
Who else tried to kick?
McPeak as well.
Did she?
And
I mean, to be fair, at one point I thought Heather Anderson had McPeak by the throat.
yeah,
It was,
so
it was like a piston, just that right hand, just oosh.
that right hand of Heather Anderson, what did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get into trouble, call Heather
Fucking
Anderson for
phone her.
fucking right. But no, I said to McPeak afterwards, did you know you fucking lifted your foot? No, I didn't. I was like, watch it back. Because Heather was getting such the better of her in the last round, maybe the last 20 seconds, and just a sweet kick comes out. Just, you're like, you're a dirty bitch. She was like, I need to go and look at that. And I was like, you fucking do.
Class, but
But so yeah, and Heather again, obviously, absolutely fucking trounced McPeak. I felt sorry for McPeak because I watched McPeak last year and I thought she was quite good. But when I was watching it from where I was standing, every time she was getting hit is because she was trying to fix the headguard.
see that head guard.
I
That
felt sorry for her. I was like, fuck, somebody change that headguard because she
Aye.
can't see a thing out of it.
so that was
Then
the ones.
punches were just coming left, right, and centre.
That was the ones that we were last year. They were provided by Shine, and they're massive because they needed to fit because they're there in case somebody doesn't have a helmet, basically.
Right, okay.
So they're fucking huge. So it fitted me, but I have a giant head, and I couldn't see in them because they're so.
Yeah, it's like a fucking, what do you call that? The
It's like a Mickey Mouse mascot hat,
yeah,
do you know? But you can't see a fucking thing.
no.
Because when I watched me and McCartney's fight back last year, there was stuff he was hitting me with that I was like, I should have saw that a mile away.
Yeah, you didn't say comedy.
You can't see it because you
And your whole periphery's taken out.
Oh,
because
man, you
it's
feel like a
right
man
there,
with a
like, yeah. So yeah, I did feel sorry for that. Now I don't know if that would have solved dealing with Heather's punches because Heather's punches were fucking strong, helmet or no helmet.
Aye, it was like digging for oil in McPeak's face.
There were a couple of like, and that's when you know that it's not just you when the audience go, oh,
Aye, but do you know what? Fair play to both of those girls because they were both training and they were both fighting fellas.
yeah,
Like
Fair fucks
Heather
them,
was
yeah.
telling me she was fighting a guy in a gym in Belfast, and it turns out the bloke was only wearing 12-ounce gloves. So some accountant would turn up on a Saturday and just beat people up, and Heather was fighting him every Saturday. Do you know what I mean? So like, they've probably trained harder than anybody else.
Probably, yeah. So then we had, I'm trying to think in the first half, was it Matthews and
McKegney.
McKegney?
Yeah.
Yeah. McKegney.
McKegney's that block.
McKegney. What do you call it? Looney Tunes? When the kangaroo fights with the fucking Sylvester. Put him up. It was all this fucking effective, but it fucking worked.
It worked, and he's a bull, so if he hits you, he's going to hit you hard. Like.
Matthews turned his back a couple of times too, which I thought,
Now, he didn't have the same venom as last year. Remember, he was doing judo last year and all that sort of stuff.
Firing him across the ring last year, but he turned his back definitely once anyway. I thought, oh fuck, he turned away because he was McKegney was giving it to him, and he was punching him as well. But yeah, so that was an interesting fight. I think did
McKegney won that one.
McKegney won.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got to the break. Then so that was 5 fights in each half.
Aye.
And then, so the second half, we had Sean and Shane was the first fight after myself.
Because I think
the Sweet Caroline did work in the second half. I got them fucking going. But it was perfect for Shane and Sean because their fight was fucking. Their fight lived up to what the hype of the audience were.
I came out. I was getting my hands wrapped, so I came out in the third round of their fight, and I was standing beside Stephen Hawking. And I went, I hope the fuck Paddy doesn't want to fight like that. Because that was...
To both Shane and Sean, I would
absolutely
say
outstanding.
Unbelievable. And I'm going to be honest and say I kind of expected it off Haggerty, what he was doing. That sort of... Because I've always said that. He's like a wee bull. He'll just get in very close and he'll keep, But Todd was fucking
He's
unreal.
fucking fast, man.
He not only fast, but his distance, the measuring of his distance back to get that long arm in, and every time he kept doing it, and he kept hitting, I was like, fuck.
Well, that's what's like, having sparred him a couple of times as well, it's annoying as fuck.
I would say that. That's what I thought as well. I
just
thought,
fucking,
you can't even, you wouldn't get at him.
Aye.
And I remember thinking that one time watching it, going, fuck, Sean's going to have hard to get past that long.
Do you know, one thing he was doing, and he said it to me one day, he goes, well, I love throwing that jab and not even looking. And I was like, you need to start looking though, because I could see you turning your head before you were throwing it.
I don't know, yeah. People see your tail, yeah.
But he was amazing, and I think the shots they were hitting each other with.
Oh, there was no holding back.
There was no holding back. Like absolutely unbelievable. Like, and I think they won fight of the night, which was well deserved.
Absolutely. I thought it was, and even my ones who were watching at home were sort of texting as everything went on, and they all agreed Sean and Shane was
phenomenal.
Fight of the night, like
absolutely phenomenal.
Great. Which I said last year. I thought they were very closely matched. I thought, and I said this year, they're the 3 fights I wanted to see. Was yours, theirs, and Geddes. The other thing should go back to the start about the medical brief. You were there for that.
That was so
no hitting on the head.
Aye.
And I'm standing on the stage. She's standing beside me, talking to you at the ring, right? So she says no hitting on the head, and every single one of you, even the girl looking at her.
Yeah. Because at one point she was like, "Your job here tonight is to make people laugh," and we were all like,
and I'm sitting next to her, and I didn't want to be making faces.
Training for 6 months, nobody's gonna be fucking laughing.
I didn't want to be making faces behind her and all the rest, but I was like going, no, they're not here to make them laugh. They're here to fucking box. So what you didn't see then, she said that to you and did all that, and then what she said was, because this is the doctor, by the way, the medic. She said, well, don't hit us hard then, but try not to hit the head. Try and stay in the body. And you're like, aye, no more.
I don't think anybody threw a body shot the entire night.
she came out during the interval and she was fucking grey. Don't hit in the head, I said. Don't hit in the head. Every one of them in there. And McPeak came out. And I said, let me see McPeak. And I took a look and her face was fine and whatever else. And she goes, is she the one that was fighting the girl? And I said, aye, that's the one that just fought there now. And she goes, let me see your face. And she looked and she went, oh, that's okay then. That's not too bad. Because she was like, the punches you got, you should have your face fucking destroyed. But obviously the head guard helped. But when she came out, she was fucking shaking herself. She came out and she was like, I said no head. I said no head. And I was like, well, what do you think was going to happen?
But she was the same girl that did it last year. So she's bound to know. Like,
she must. I don't know.
I wonder if I don't know if maybe it's just for insurance purposes. Does she have to give that talk?
Have to give that talk, yeah. But she was genuinely shocked during the interval. But yeah, so after Shane and Sean's end, we had the Andre Giant versus...
Right. This is the bit that one of the funniest parts of the entire evening. So I'm wrapped up, got my shorts on, right? And in the dressing room with Stevie, just hitting pads and stuff, right, trying to get warmed up. And I'm hitting pads for my fight, going, I didn't do a combo right there. He's told me to do something like I'm fucking right, and I turn around and Diona's stand drinking like a can of gin and tonic, and I was like, "When's your fight?" She goes, "Over." She goes, 45 seconds, not even sweaty.
Two things happened there. This is my theory. I don't think people realised how tall Diona was
Aye,
and how short Bruna was.
absolutely.
Like, we knew they were like Diona started tall and Bruna started short, but not to that extreme. And when you got them standing beside each other in the ring, you were going, "Oh, what are we doing here? This is not
I had to
fair."
put Brown on a booster seat one time whenever we were out. That's what I call it. Oh, joking, Brown, I love you. But yeah, it genuinely was like, again, when you see the photos and Brona is up to about Diona's shoulder.
That's fucking bad. In fairness, me and Diona were gigging the week before, and I said about the height difference. I said, "Listen, you've got a longer," because actually she was standing beside me, and I said, "Fucking, how tall are you?" And she's like, "I'm 5'10", 5'11". I was like, "So you're the same fucking height as me?" I said, "That's tall for a woman." And then I didn't think about Brona's height, but I remember saying to Diona, I was like, "Diona, you just have to do that one. Just hold your hand out, just keep punching," because that's literally what more or less what you did. Like,
and I think Brona
and Diona's punches were so straight and so fucking
There's
solid.
a photo of Diona punching at Sean McComb's gym, and her arms were like fucking ripped. Right? And I text her being like, "Here, where the fuck do you get them?" And she sort of played it down like, "Oh, no, that's not muscles." I'm like, "It fucking is. They're bigger than my arms."
Unreal.
And I think, like, because I read Brona did an article for the Irish News this morning. I think she only trained twice in the entire fucking time. Like,
right
now she's got about 15 kids, and but
none of them yours.
no, just not the way we did it. What are you joking? Couldn't resist it. But
Could, what do you got?
but no, I think like I again I haven't seen theirs at all. Did Brona Fall get into the ring at one point as well?
No, I felt sorry for running that one because she was getting.
And she was wearing that big fucking dopey helmet too.
Wearing dopey helmet, but I had actually had the thought just before her fight. Right, I had the thought of, somebody was pouring water over Sean Haggerty's face, and I remember the fight was over and obviously it cooled down. I remember thinking,
nobody's dried that up.
Somebody's gonna have to dry that up because that ring's gonna be slippy. Fucking Brona came in full energy and was
Fuck.
She's landing, holding on the ropes in the fucking crowd before the fight even started. And I was like, "Oh no!"
Her has not a drink in about 10 years. They're walking looking full.
So then and Diona came out, and it was just. I actually then thought afterwards. I thought, imagine Diona and Heather Anderson. That's a fucking show.
I think we should do it again.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I think
I have an idea. I'll tell you off.
Right. Okay. Well, so we'll go through the rest. So then Brona, and then we've one
McAlevey and Pete.
McAlevey and Pete. Which again, McAlevey fucking surprised me. McAlevey's like same as he did with Matthews last year. He's wiry, like, and he gets stuck in there. And Pete's as fit as I am.
Aye, super fit.
Yeah.
But I think McAlevey, like, I know he was away for a couple of months, so I don't know if he trained much.
He was in the fucking Philippine fucking boxing clubs all the
Kicking
time.
banana trees, no?
Manny Pacquiao fucking trained them.
But I know even down at Holy Trinity, he sparred Shane a couple of rounds.
Right.
Because they were both the same sort of size. So, like, the fucking...
Well, McAlevey and Giffen is not as bad as Brona and Diona, but it was not far off. Like a complete mismatch. Like, I mean, even if McAlevey had put fucking a load of weights in his gloves, he still wouldn't have knocked Pete out. You know what I mean? He just wasn't the strength there. Like, he's too big. But yeah, so then we come to the resistance.
What I would say is that the most technically perfect fight of the night.
The most, I was going to say the most anticipated, but maybe not. But that was definitely, it was probably one of the most anticipated, let's be honest. Because nobody had any, what would you say? Nobody had any sort of like preconceived notions of Geddes and Boyle. Like there was always that thing of Geddes and Boyle they'll put on that's what my opinion was, they'll put on a good exhibition. It'll be a good show, whereas yours will be a scrap.
Aye.
And it was the other way around, actually.
Yeah.
In that sense, yeah. But yeah, so you come in, obviously I was loved the whole intro and all that crack, and Paddy did his thing. Or
first of all, so we were walking
Castles, as he's now known as.
When we were walking out and I seen him there in the the whole fucking
Whole thing
get-up.
matching, like, I was
And
like-
I was fuming because I thought my shorts were class. And I'm like, fuck you look class, man.
He did look brilliant.
He looked unreal.
And so that was all right, and then the fight started. And as I say, so I was standing watching the ring, obviously. And remember you were talking about there, we were seating where a choir would be on the
Aye.
stage. So the rest of the lads were all there, and Shane was there. So I was constantly looking at Shane. Me and him were just so excited about this fight. And then in the first minute, I looked at him and I was like, what the fuck? I genuinely didn't know. It's not that Paddy was that good. It was just you were that bad.
I was terrible. Like,
And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And like the second time you got a straight right from him, I was like, he literally walked into that fucking,
Aye.
what was he doing? And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if fucking from the audience Taylor flashed or something at you. I don't know what happened. But you just woke up then about 57 seconds, 60 seconds.
Yeah, it
into
was something like, yeah.
So the last 30 seconds, you were on form. And then second and third, it was Mickey. But that first minute, I was like, who the fuck is that?
We get into the corner at the end of the first round, and Stevie Hawking goes, right, you won that one. And I went, did I? He goes, doesn't matter.
So me and Shane throughout the whole thing. So as soon as the round was over, we were sort of mouthing to each other who we thought. So I went Paddy, and he went, and I was like, fuck, and I did it. I thought Paddy got the first round.
100%. He had the first round. He won 100%. And
Yeah.
I'll say this too now because it's one of them things where I would hate for it to fucking descend into like slabbering, right? See the week before those fights, I would have said, you lock me and Paddy McDonald in a room and call the cops. I fucking hated him, right? And he hated me because we've been texting each other flat out since, right? Thursday morning, I was like, if I caught him riding my sister, I wouldn't even be annoyed.
That's amazing what a fight
There's
does.
something,
Yeah,
but even about that whole fucking thing of like, and it was the same last year with McCartney in the bath and all. There's a real fucking like, I love you, man.
it's a shared experience.
Like it really is a.
Yeah.
And I think when it started too, when we were getting the brief from the ref, me and Paddy were just staring at each other, and it was a real fucking like, this is gonna be all right. Like we're going to box each other, we're going to try and win.
Yeah.
But there was a definite understanding of like, here,
Exactly.
either way, we're going to the pub after this. Like,
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
So then second round, you were there. You were present in the moment. You know, your head movement was there. Everything was there that we had seen before. It wasn't there in the first round. But even like your wee jukes, your shoulders,
There's a couple of
all
wee
that-
class slips.
yeah, all
in that
them wee
second
slips
round.
were all there. They were, I don't know where the fuck they were. Maybe there was late delivery or something. I don't know what was going on. But then we got down the crux. Second round was over, and I looked at Shane and I went, Mickey. And he went, yeah, Mickey. And then third round, and I have to say, he said Mickey. And I went, I did say, I don't know. I was like, I thought, I just didn't think it was as clear cut as the second round.
I definitely wasn't. No, I think there was definitely like a. Even watching it back, because Paddy was in the back. I think if I had, because I still wasn't fully. I still didn't box as well as a boxing trainer or even sparring.
Oh, definitely not.
So when I watched it back, I'm like, why didn't I circle around to the right? I just followed him the whole way
You were so
around.
straight. So
And I swear to God, Connor, I came out of the ring, my fucking foot hit the top step, and I went, "You fucking dick!" Like I could have just went around
you
like
didn't
that.
cut no angles or not? You didn't
Cut
take
angles.
it.
I know. I was just going in straight like that. And now part of that's probably because the one time I did try to cut an angle, I thought it was mid-air for about 25 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So there's probably a little bit of me going, "Don't bother, man. Just,
Well, that's
this
what
is
I'm
working,
saying.
just keep going."
Well, that's what I'm saying. There was a maybe there was a confidence with you last year because you didn't. You know, let's be honest. You knew McCartney wasn't going to give you a wild beating.
Aye.
But in this one, anything could have happened. So maybe there was that nerves.
There might have been. I
There's
think
a
there
bit more defensive, maybe.
I think there was definitely because there was a point in the second round where I had Paddy a fucking belter, and I went, "You're right." And he was like, "Yep." And then he got me one back. I went, "You all right?" I was like, "Yep."
No, the one where he hit you, and I told you about it afterwards.
first round?
I don't know when it was, but you were like, "That's good."
Yeah.
And all you can see is a white and the
fucking
gum, the
mouth
big smile.
Now, and that's now part of me was going smile at him just to fucking try and scare him, right? But at the same time, I was like,
No, you did exactly.
But
what
at the
you
same time, I
always
was
do.
also like, good shot, lad.
I was going to say, you did what you always do, which is like you be impressed when somebody does well.
But there's something
So
about
when
it.
they hit it, you were
it's-
like, "Fuck us, we're ready." And
I don't know what it is, man. It's the whole way through training, spar, and everything. Even when that cunt gave me a black eye, it was like good shot.
I said, I said to Boyle, do you think it's because, like, I can't imagine you've had many fights in your life.
Nah,
No. So, me and Boyle, obviously coming from the same sort of estate, we fought all our teenage years with other people, whatever. But
aye.
he had even more than I had with, like, 10 competitive fights. But I said to him, there's something about being in a fight, properly being in a fight. There's an aggression that's needed.
Aye.
And
I
you don't have that aggression.
not at all. Like,
And it's not there. And I actually nearly go as far to say Geddes doesn't have it either. That aggression, that actual fucking
yeah,
you know,
maybe. I think like in Heinstein, there's a point where I was like, I should have been fucking present enough to go, I'm not scared here, but not confident,
yeah, but not scared. Yeah,
but not.
but you said you said like you before the fight kicked off, literally started. You were in the corner and you were like, I'm not worried about this. You know, and that was worrying that you weren't worried.
That's what it was. It was
It's
like,
kind of like stand up. They're going.
It's exactly
I'm
what I
not
was gonna
nervous,
say.
but I should be.
I remember doing a gig. We did the City of Culture thing for Derry, and was 2012. And Murph standing backstage going, I'm not nervous enough for this. And that's the thought that was going through my head. I'm not fucking nervous enough here. Now, and that's not to take away from Paddy at all. Because if there's an award for most improved,
Oh fuck.
me, man.
Here, well, I tell you, you can clip this if you want. I told Paddy McDonald last year I'd fight him anytime because I judged it on last year. Do you see next year, Paddy? Fight Mickey.
Well, I would do a rematch.
I'm not fighting.
I think we're going to do it.
He was fucking.
We're going to do a behind closed doors rematch like Rocky 3.
He said to me before Christmas, I said something about, I'll fight you anytime. I said, I seen you fight last year. There was fuck all to it. I was slagging, I was having a crack. And he goes, I had gout. And I was like, I gout my balls. And now when I watch it, I went, oh, he's actually moving.
His fucking feet are quick too. Like.
Yeah, and he can actually move. And I was like, okay, it was gout. And obviously it was causing him the fucking difficulty. Obviously, he didn't have much competition either. But he couldn't put up a defence. Even though he wasn't getting much offence, he couldn't put up a defence last year. He just wasn't. But this year was
he was great.
Different person altogether.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. And I don't think I genuinely don't think that was just a weight loss. I think he genuinely improved massively.
I did one session with his coach,
right,
and came walking out of the gym and text Shane Toll, going, I could be in, if he's been training with that cunt for 6 months, I'm going to be in trouble.
He definitely, whoever the trainer was, fair play.
Yeah, Dan Boyle, great. Like,
but yeah, so I went straight up to him afterwards, and I said I apologize because I was wrong for last year, because that was fucking brilliant. Fair play.
He was class.
Yeah.
I really do. Now, I still think I won, but
well, I think I was right. I said to Shane, first round Paddy, second round Mickey, a third one, I don't know.
Close.
He said Shane was, after give Shane his credit was due, no, I think Mickey. But I was like, I don't know. And then when he said draw, and I was like, that's what I said.
I took it like 100%. Yeah.
But there was that feeling. Now, even my ones at home and all the rest, this is what Frank, my dad, is boxing mad. So he'll watch it every weekend.
Aye.
Like, even when there's nobody fighting, just shitty fucking boxing and fucking Sky Sports or whatever. So he's constantly, and even when we were younger, like, he had a piece of paper out with a fucking scorecard and all, he'd be giving points and all that crack. So he knows what he's looking for. My man, my wife and all that crack, I didn't really pay attention, but he went, Mickey won that, clearly.
Well, Frank said it, like.
and I was like, well, you're the only one I'll take fucking notice of, because Emer and my mom was like, oh, Mickey definitely won that. Why? He just did. You know, whereas he was like, no, more punches landed, more fucking movement, and he says the amount of evasion, like moving back and forth out of the way and slipping him, he says, no, definitely.
It was the one that I feel guilty about is, I think it was the last punch Paddy threw. And now, because I wasn't out of breath, and I'm not saying that as a bragging thing. I'm annoyed at myself for not pushing myself.
Yeah, further, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think even like, me, I don't know, I wouldn't say it was overtraining, but doing like 3-minute rounds on pads at like high intensity, a minute and a half goes like that. Last year I was like, when's this gonna be fucking over? But it flew through, like, and towards the end of it I could feel Paddy getting a bit tired, and he threw a right hand and I slipped it, but it felt like he was either tired enough. It felt to me that he was tired enough that his hand was just resting on my shoulder. But when I watched the video, I go like I like caught his hand and pulled him in and hit him again. And I don't know now. I didn't mean to do it.
Is that a legal boxing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember doing it. I do know that Stevie Hawkins done it to me a few times training.
Okay. Right.
So something went in. Because then when the one point Paddy looks at the ref and he's like, and slaps his hands, and Jamie Collins going, and Paddy's congratulating Mickey there in a good punch, and I'm like, no, he wasn't. He was going to fox that.
Fucking taekwondo here.
Well, but again, the whole fucking summation, right at the bell goes, and every time the bell went with me and Paddy, I was proud of the two of us, because we'd be like ding ding, and we'd just fucking slap hands and walk in their own corners.
Aye.
Like we'd been fucking like
was...
we both walked out of it like we'd boxed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like,
and
mad.
And I love the fact that, because last year when Paddy fought Boyle last year, it was so one sided, as in the audience support.
Right.
Like Boyle got booed before they even mentioned his name, just even for mentioning Strabane, and the cheer for Paddy. But this year, it was very 50-50 in that audience, on each camp, very 50-50.
In the third round, I don't know if I said this in the podcast or before we started, there's in the third round towards the end, I can hear like Mickey.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Mickey. And then as we pivoted around the ring, it became Paddy, and my brain went, they are cheating for him now. Like, I want to have to get after this cunt.
No, what actually happened, because I was sitting and it naturally just started as Mickey, the Mickey, and then within about 15 seconds of that happening, next thing the Paddy supporters started shouting, and the two of them then
Couldn't make their minds up.
the two words melded together that you couldn't distinguish which
Aye.
one was being said, and that showed you that it's very 50-50.
Aye.
Otherwise,
It was
one had been heavier, you would have heard one name better,
Aye.
but it wasn't. It was just
On the way out
It was
to
just
the-
yours that started, but then when the supporters of Paddy joined in, it was
On the way to the after party, we bumped into two. It was a girl from Lurgan, a girl from West Belfast. Mm-hmm. And she was going, "Who I think you won, she thinks he won." And I'm like, "Well, that's exactly what it is."
yeah.
Like
That's why you
but
call it a draw.
The bit that when the bell goes, the last bell goes, and me and him just go fucking class. Like that's what
That's
what
what's
the whole
all
thing's about. Like
That's the whole thing. Even if you watch any professional fight, all the slabbering beforehand, all the trash
and
talk,
Banana
I'm gonna-
fucking bit him. I swear to God, I
That's
hated
what I
him.
mean. Like you would have had people like
Sorry.
threatening family members.
tell you
stuff,
something
and
else.
then it's over.
See, before we got that medical briefing, right? We came down and Paddy was standing by the side of the ring like a bouncer with hands behind his back, and I was like, he's fucking staring at me, and my hands started shaking. I was like, that fucking. wanker.
Oh, he was in your head.
Right.
He was in your head.
But again, we got straight over it. It was like, look, and it was Big Boyle. Like, again, you see a man like that who can fucking really let his hands fly. And he said something like, "Guys, as long as we all get home in their beds safe, it's all that matters." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I love you too.
So let's get on to the big man or the big men. So yeah, Geddes and Boyle, which to me was, I thought your fight should have been last. But I suppose with the weight card and all that crack, it usually goes the heavyweights the last one or whatever. But yeah, so Boyle coming in. So Boyle, obviously we know what happened last year. And I knew Boyle would win,
Aye,
but I thought it would be close.
aye.
Uh-oh.
Well, I think that it's like we had said the podcast we did before the fights. Somebody who's trained as a boxer is going to fucking win against someone that hasn't.
Ah, well, that's
Do you
what
know
I'm saying. Yeah, I've always said that. Because there's no, you cannot buy fight experience.
Aye.
Competitive fight
Yeah.
experience. You just,
Because I can run out of the ring and try to get changed as fast as I could. I think I just threw a t-shirt on, came back, still had my wraps on, and the boy's got his hand there. I was like, "Fuck, what happened?" It's like Dion all over again.
oh man, when he came in. Now, in fairness to Geddes, Boyle started off kind of, not light. He didn't start off light at all. Because Boyle had let's be honest, Boyle had a thing to prove.
But
You know, he
you know
had a
what?
lot
There's also
of,
something that's quite shocking is you don't realize how big Ronan Boyle is as a fucking physical character until you put him beside Geddes and go, Geddes doesn't even look that big.
No, I know. He kind of almost dwarfed Geddes at
Aye.
one point, like just when they're standing beside each other. But also, I didn't realize how wide Geddes was. You know, big, broad fucking
Aye, he's a
shoulders.
fucking,
like,
like-
it's and I don't know how the cap and the glasses and all the rest takes that away. But once he went into that, I was like, that's like he's bought a new body.
Aye,
I
man,
was
he's huge, like.
fucking the breadth of his shoulders. And that's when we think, oh fuck, as a butterbean move, like if that
Oh,
one
man,
of them
he's-
haymakers lands, he's fucked.
He's built like Tyson. Do you know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
Just
Yeah.
that thick neck and like fucking.
And then, so the when the fight started, I knew when Geddes landed that right hand, and it was a fucking heavy one.
Aye.
I was like, uh oh.
Boyle's like, give me your clothes, your boots.
But so I mean, and then I spoke to Boyle afterwards, and apparently we get into his head with our boxing predictions. So he was looking at it, and because we had talked about a person who has fought before versus somebody who hasn't, blah blah, and then apparently I said I think that I've seen videos of Geddes and they're fucking fast. If he hits Boyle, he's fucked.
Aye.
And Boyle said to me, that's what was going through my head. Then I got that punch and went, oh fuck. There it is. No, then he just went, he had to finish it.
Aye.
Because
I mean,
Geddes could
you
have had
couldn't take two of them. Like,
Geddes would have had the stamina to keep up because Geddes
Aye.
is so athletic, and it would have been if he had landed another two of them heavy hits that he had, like
in Lavery's afterwards, Geddes said he thought they were going to fucking take it easy for the first 2 rounds and then go hell for leather the third. And I'm from talking to Boyle. So Boyle said he had like a big lump in his head from one punch.
from one punch.
So there's if you can if you're fighting Colin Geddes and you know you can put him out,
Yeah, you're gonna have
you're
to.
not going to let him hit you again. Like,
No, you're gonna have to
you know
put
what
him
I
in. It's the only way to deal with him because he would fucking destroy you. And
because even trying to spar him, I was a fucking.
I would say.
He was pawing at me like a kitten when we were sparring, and I was like, I don't like it.
Did he get any actual proper sparring, as in like anybody big like Boyle or his size? No.
I mean, who is there in the comedians?
No, I
group that,
mean like in boxing, the
I
boxers,
don't know
trainers,
actually. I'm not too sure. I think he sparred Talal a wee bit.
no, right?
He sparred Shane, but again, that's such a fucking
Same now.
yeah.
Jesus, not a chance. Even though Shane's fucking, I can imagine them wee jabs are.
Sorry,
I don't know if Sean Haggerty would agree, but them wee jabs would be stingy as fuck.
he sparred down at Holy Trinity. We went down the week before the fights, and he sparred a guy that they put me in the ring with as well, and immediately went, take that fella back out. That's not fair. So I think Geddes had 3 rounds with him, like,
Right.
and the guy was like looked like a professional boxer the way he was. He was throwing, do you know that bouncy sort of like loose,
Lucy.
and then a jab to the body comes. And you go, where'd he go? Why am I sore? Where he is? Like, but I don't know how much sparring he did.
What do you call the Ukrainian boxer? No. He's a Lomachenko, was it? Lomachenko.
Limoncello?
But basically, he would land to the side of the person. You have to see it to understand
Aye.
it. He would take and he'd land aside and hit them from the side. So he cut out every angle, but
Aye.
he had this ability to fucking like. I've never seen any other boxer do it, but that's what you would need to have done.
Aye.
Because
100%, like.
fucking some of them punches come in, you're like, where the fuck is he now? But yeah, so that was. I mean, that everybody was happy then in that sense because everybody could go for pints.
Right. That was it. I was joking.
Everybody was fucking gasping. Me especially. I'd been standing fucking in that hall from 7 o'clock till nearly 11, and as tempting as it was to have a drink, I just knew that would be a fucking nightmare. You know,
You'd been screaming, fucking hit him on the mic.
my fear, yeah, my ultimate fear of mainly because of my experience in the Fringe last year is if you have too much drink or you've had even have a couple, you forget where your limits are. You know what I mean? You forget where you're supposed to. And I had to be on the ball for each fight and all the things. So I just thought no, and I couldn't wait to get the referees to get a fucking drink.
I think I had my first pint in seconds. Like,
Well, I had fucking racks. You were ratting. I had to go on to Morgan's.
I know, I was straight into the fucking. I woke up with a bottle of Prosecco, was head to bed again.
I think we had 4 pints of Morgan's and Diet Coke, and you had Jack and Diet Coke.
I had shots in a ring when I was.
Yeah.
I woke up the next morning and there was just an ice bucket with water pissing out of it. And a bottle. No, I don't even think I drank it. I think I had one mouthful. I was like, I go sleep.
But it was great, and it was a great community spirit.
It's such a good thing.
It is a great thing to bring us together.
And I know people get bored talking about it, and I know that because the trash talk side of things, I think, comes out of just the training.
Yeah.
Because you are walking down the street going, I hope the fuck somebody says something.
I don't think there's like anybody I watched at the 10 fights, so 20 people, apart from maybe Brona. There's nobody I would be worried about if they're walking in the street and being attacked.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Some of them are fucking like.
There's absolutely some people
Beasts
like,
there.
heckle, let's go.
I go on ahead, yeah. Get away, you can't.
Unless you're McGregor, in which case enjoy the show, sir.
So yeah, the overall night I thought was fucking great.
was class.
I think the difference was not just in the ring but outside the ring. Both of us, inside and outside, didn't know what was going on last year,
Aye.
and this year we did.
Yeah. It was evenly matched.
Every
Everybody
fighter
trained,
knew what they
everybody
were
was-
doing. Every off the ring knew what was going on. Even myself. And
See,
all.
when you think back, that last year was fucking dangerous.
Last year was a
People
very
doing 5 weeks training for something like that.
yeah, very haphazard. It was sort of loosely put together, and even on the night, it was great and all the rest. But you just didn't really. We
Aye.
were always kind of
And it looks unbelievable.
Looks great
when you watch the stream.
yeah. So that happened. The difference was unbelievable. I should give a shout out, by the way, because I forgot to do it on the night. I'm so terrible. DJ Dave Ralston,
Dropping
Who
from
was-
fucking serious.
fucking unbelievable. So, people listening to this, you're probably bored lifey, but behind the scenes sort of stuff, there's the dead airspace that needed to be filled. He was in. He didn't have to be cued once. He
Right.
knew exactly. And I'm talking intro songs. Intro songs are different, but to know when to fill in that guy, like he was fucking brilliant. So shout out to Dave Ralston. If you need him for any private events, he is available.
Aye. I've one more funny thing to say as well. I just forgot about before my fight, right? So I'm in hitting pads with Stephen in the dressing room, and then from the blue team I hear, and I'm like, fuck's right. And I'm going, I better not be fucking Paddy. So I look out the door. I look out the door. Paddy's still getting his hand dropped and going, thank fuck it's Boyle, right? And then Stephen starts going, ah! I was like, that's fucking, thank God.
The tactics you will do, for the winning edge. So we don't have the final total of the money raised, but like I said, cancer.
The link's still up on Blister as well, so if you haven't seen it yet, pay the money. It's a $5 or something.
It's only a $5, and it goes to a fantastic charity. It doesn't go to anybody else. We don't get anything.
It's something I'd recommend you do if you're not going out this weekend. Get a couple of cans.
A few cans and
stick it on, watch them start to finish.
Maybe I was wrong, and maybe everybody else was wrong. Maybe it was a win for you, but
it's a win for boxing.
I put it down to a draw.
I'll fucking fight you next year. Fear to no man. I think I was definitely happy with the draw.
We need to do Soccer Aid next or something, or
Tommy Warrior or something. We're not fucking boxing again.
I
would love to.
North v South comedians. We've done that before with football.
I don't think we're good enough to fight. We can't do it with boxing, can we? Northern Ireland versus V the Heap.
Of course we could.
Interesting. Well, you heard it here first. Conor Keys fight next year. Anyway, ding ding, seconds out. We'll see you later on. We're going to go to Patreon now and probably talk about it some more.
Yeah.
Cheerio.